Hello there. This video is for everyone that was not here, that were not here yesterday. So we covered slope, and slope is the new rate of change. There's nothing different about slope and rate of change except for we use different words to describe the slope. William asked me yesterday, then why do you teach rate of change and slope if there's nothing different? And I told William that rate of change is more of an 8th grade term. Slope is more of a 9th grade Math 1 term. So in 8th grade, we get you all ready for Math 1. So we use the word slope because when you get into Math 1, that is the word that you will hear the most. So we went over the slope of the way we see slope in everyday life. We can see the slope here of that slide, the slope of this mountain right here, the slope of this hill, the slope of the roof of this doghouse, the slope of the stairs right here. I said ladder in one class and they laughed at me, whatever, haters. And then we went on to say slope is rise over run. So when you hear slope now, we're going to say slope is rise over run. I should probably pick another color. Rise over run. Notice about slope, you see vertical change over horizontal change. That's rate of change. So slope is rate of change, but we do not say, when I ask you what is slope, you're going to say rise over run. And you're going to say, and if I ask you why is slope and rate of change the same thing, because both represent vertical change over horizontal change. So therefore, slope is also change in y over the change in x. If I write it, people, you're writing it. If you were not here, if I write it, you write it. The variable that we use for slope is m. Okay, so you won't see ROC anymore, rock, like DeMorris says all the time. You'll see m as in m. All right, so rise over run is slope, change in y over change in x. And it is, excuse me, vertical change over horizontal change. So if you rise, rise is represented by going up and down. If you go up, it's positive. If you go down, it's negative. If you go left, it's negative. If you go right, it's positive. And if I ask you what is the everyday definition of slope, slope represents the steepness of a line. This is the everyday definition. And we read slopes from left to right. So let's review again. Slope is rise over run. Why rise over run? Because vertical is rise, up and down. Horizontal is run, left and right. The variable that we use for slope is m. Slope is also rate of change because rate of change is vertical change over horizontal change, which is change in y over change in x. So they're the same thing. It's just another word being introduced. And we'll know why it's been introduced because it's in a formula that we will find out, or an equation that we will use soon. All right. So if I rise to the, well, let's do that. So vertical change over horizontal change is rise over run. So a positive slopes rise to the right. Negative slopes rise to the left. Zero slopes are horizontal lines. And undefined slopes are vertical lines. Okay? Vertical. VERTICLCAL, not CLE like some of y'all spell it. So positive rise to the right. Positive slopes rise to the right. Negative slopes rise to the left. Zero slopes are horizontal lines, and undefined slopes are vertical lines. So when we look at find the slope of each line, so in order to find the slope of each line, we actually have been doing this. We've been doing it a lot. We just pretty much look where the lines cross the corners. And wherever the lines cross the corners, that is the slope of the line. So let's practice. So when I look at, well, let's talk about slope. Again, slope is, m is rise over run. And we read slopes, like I said, we read slopes from left to right. And so when we look at the slope of these lines, we're going to do them from left to right. Slope, so, not slow. So let's talk about the positive slopes. The lines that have a positive slope will be the green line, the yellow line, and the blue line. Why? Because they rise to the right. The lines with the negative slopes will be the purple line, the black line, and the orange line. Why? Because they rise to the left. The lines with zero slope will be this horizontal line, 0. And this line with the undefined slope will be this vertical line. So let's find the slopes of the line. So in order to find the slope of the line, we need to know where the line crosses the corners. So if I follow this line, I'm going to put a dot where the line crosses the corner. I can stop here. It crosses that corner. I can stop here. It crosses this corner. Stop here. It crosses that corner, and that corner. So what is the rise over run? Remember, I go from left to right, left to right, left to right, left to right. So in order from get to this dot to this dot, I rise up 1 and I run over 2. Up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. And the reason why this is a line, because the slope is constant. It's constantly 1 over 2, 1 over 2, 1 over 2, 1 over 2. So the slope of the green line is 1 over 2. Okay, so if I look at the purple line, have a dot here, have a dot here, have a dot here, have a dot here. If I go from left to right, left to right, left to right, I need to go down. How many? 1, 2, 3. Notice when I go down, that's negative. And I go to the right, 1. Down 3 to the right, 1. Down 3 to the right, 1. So the slope of the purple line is negative 3 over 1. Notice we already said the slope is negative because it's rising to the left. We already said the slope is positive because it's rising to the right. So now when I look here, all these dots, it crosses this corner, that corner, that corner, that corner, that corner. So what's the slope? Well, from left to right, left to right, left to right, I'm going up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. So my slope is 1 over 1. Say, for instance, I skipped this and I went up 2 over 2. My slope would still be 2 over 2 reduces to 1 over 1. So my slope would still be 1 over 1. Okay, always reduce your slopes. Let's look at the orange line. Dot here crosses a corner there, it crosses a corner there, crosses a corner there, crosses a corner there, and from left to right, this line is rising to the left. So I'm going down 1, 2, 3 to the right 1, down 1, 2, 3 to the right 1, down 1, 2, 3 to the right 1. So the slope of the orange line is negative 3 over 1. Now I would like you to try the blue and the black line by yourself. Pause the video and do them by yourself. I'm going to do them now. Pause the video and make sure you can do this by yourself. Don't be like the person, be like, oh, I know I can do it, so I ain't going to pause the video. Don't do that, because that's not how you practice. That's not mastery. We practice for mastery, not to pass. That's what we do in this class. Okay, so this is 2 over 3. Rising to the right, so I know that the slope of this line is 2 over 3. And here, dot here, dot here, dot here, dot here. Just rising to the left from left to right, down 1 to the right 3, down 1 to the right 3, down 1 to the right 3. Slope is negative 1 over 3. Rise over run, rise over run, rise over run, rise over run. That is the slope of the line. And that's all we did yesterday. That's it. And I am done. So I am out of here. I'll see you later. Beast mode, son. We out.